Horizon Zero Dawn launches to critical acclaim. I'm just sitting here worried about Zelda. I'm joined by David, Joe, myself. Collectively, amongst the rest of us, we are G Cubed. Maybe I can explain myself a little bit better.
Because when you wrote this in our group chat, I was like, I kind of get where you're coming from.
I was a little confused, but I was like, all right, we'll see.
So let me help you. These are two games, Horizon Zero Dawn, which from what I've played, about 4 hours. Fantastic. Zelda Breath of the Wild launches on March 3rd along with the Switch for both the Switch and the Wii U, Nintendo. Yep. Very similar open worlds, go get my questy, do whatever I want type game.
Yeah, you're not held by it by any rules.
Now maybe Horizon kind of guides you with a little bit more of a narrative than Zelda does, because it's my understanding that you can wake up out of the cave and go right to the end game sequence in Zelda.
Yeah.
If you so choose. I'm worried that I'm going to look at that beautiful open world in Zelda and go, man, Horizon did this better. And I'm going to handicap this game based on a curve that it doesn't deserve, hardware. It's not Zelda's fault that it's on the Nintendo Switch, which isn't as capable as the PlayStation 4, or to Neil's mention ad nauseum, PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm worried that I'm going to go in and say, okay, these two very similar type games, I'm not going to enjoy Zelda as much because of how much I enjoyed Horizon. Am I out of my fucking mind, or should I be the journalist? Everything is fair and unbiased, and wait, where am I going wrong? Put me back on the track.
I don't think you're too far off the track, to be honest, because like it's the same thought process of Mass Effect and No Man's Sky. Like, you have two games that like have to deal with space, and I know that seems like that's so general. I'm like, yes and no.
Sure.
If you have one game that it was like super oversold itself, and you have another game that has any similarities to that game, notice how the marketing is completely different.
That's going to be some fun in the comments if people catch on to that.
Right? Yeah, it's going to be great. But it's just, you know, like I can see validity in like what you're saying.
This is kind of what I'm saying. Is I think Horizon is so good that it raised the bar for this game that was in development alongside with the.
Yeah. So I was a little confused when you first brought us here, and now I understand what you're saying. I've played Horizon for about like 15 hours now, and I don't want to put it down. I had to go to work today, and I was kind of sad that I had to go.
Think about quitting your job.
Yeah, I had to put my PlayStation 4 in rest mode,
do this.
and it's so incredible. And I'm gonna get the Switch. The Switch releases tomorrow for us. I'm gonna pick it up, and I completely agree with you. I cannot wait for Zelda. But now this whole game, Horizon Zero Dawn, showed up, and it I knew it was gonna be good, but I was kind of blown away. It's insane, and I'm playing on a regular PlayStation. I'm not playing on the Pro. It still looks outstanding and beautiful. It's so nice looking. It's so seamless and it's so crazy. And they said this runs on the same engine as Killzone Shadowfall.
Yeah,
and Killzone Shadowfall is like Shadowfall, like the Killzone Shadowfall is a first person shooter, and it's all mission based and it's not open world.
That game's gorgeous.
And it looks nice, but this is an open world. It's got weather dynamics. It does all this shit. It's so insane. It's crazy. I love it.
Let me tell you something, Guerrilla Games.
Don't fuck around.
Put the shooters away, because this is your bread and butter. Okay, so this is guy that likes Killzone.
No, I'm saying I don't even care for Killzone.
Like, you found your niche. Like,
I think this is it. Yeah, this is. I never played Killzone, never cared for them, but this has probably put Guerrilla Games up to my top 5 developers.
Here's the reason why
they're just so outstanding. The quality of this game is ridiculous.
Yeah, very high.
When you put like I guess like a ring around like a developer, you end up getting Call of Duty. I don't want that. This game's great now, but Horizon 5 is going to be pretty shitty. Like it has a potential to be good. It could be awesome. I don't know. But like too much of the same thing, you're going to get tired of that. So like what I would say to you is, if this is great. The game's selling well, awesome. Do two more. That's great, awesome. If at 3, don't be afraid to make another shooter. Like it's like you know how that works, just the same way.
Well, one thing I want to say to that is, like, look at CD Projekt Red. They said they made 3 Witchers, and like, okay, we're done with Witcher. There might be a 4th one, but it ain't happening now or for a very long time. We're moving on to now they're making Cyberpunk 2022 or whatever it was, and like I'm like, oh man, that looks ridiculous. And
let's talk about a game that has a lot in the series, Zelda.
Yeah.
Fucking this is Zelda 26,
right? Like, but you gotta
and people like just from the previews alone, people are talking about this being like a watershed moment in gaming history, and I'm just going like, man, like this world in Horizon is beautiful, but like I don't know how I'm gonna handle the cell shaded
animals,
and that's an artistic direction.
But if Zelda did what Call of Duty did, you would not be saying that because Zelda doesn't do that. When a new Zelda game comes out, it's a new Zelda game. Like
it's every 4 to 5 years.
Right. And A, it's not every year, and B, when they do come out with one, it is different enough that it's a different game. Like you're gonna tell me that Majora's Mask and fucking Link to the Past are like, those games are exactly the same.
Well,
They're
they
not.
both have the hook shot.
Oh, okay. You got me. They got bombs.
Majora's Mask were.
That's pretty close. I'll give you that. But even those
those are crazy different. Majora's Mask is nowhere on
completely different world, but it uses existing assets, and the turnaround time on that was relatively quick.
Right.
So like I kind of understand that, and it was a side project too.
Yeah.
It wasn't part of like the main lore.
Right.
And that's part of the reason why people love it so much is it was so offbeat and so different. Majora's Mask.
Thing was dark.
And this thing is such a callback to the original NES Zelda. I was actually watching a featurette from the GDC where they built Breath of the Wild's open world on the 2D Legend of Zelda 8-bit map to make it feel as though it was invoking the spirit of those past games. And the funny part was they took the camera out on this 2D game and then they pulled it in. And then they told you the secret. It's running on Breath of the Wild's physics engines all along. They just had it on the 2D like aesthetics that they could learn what they wanted the world to look like and feel like. And then they went ahead and they added depth and texture and everything else.
Blades of grass and shit like that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say, I was like, okay, well, everyone says that their inspiration, the Nintendo's inspiration, was the first Zelda that came out.
And they literally built it on the first Zelda.
And it's so cool. Like I saw that too, and it was pretty crazy.
I don't feel like for me what.
No, he's like whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice story.
I don't think that this. Granted, I haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn, and I probably won't play it anytime soon. But
you are missing out, by the way. It's pretty outstanding.
You're right. You're very right.
You know what I heard there? Go fuck yourself, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, my thing is this. It's like I know I'm gonna enjoy Zelda.
Yeah.
Like it would almost be as if like it's like saying I'm playing Zelda. Mass Effect might be not like I might not like it because it's not as fleshed out as Zelda. Like every time I sit down in front of a game like that, yeah, there's a little bit of comparison to the previous thing that I enjoyed, but it is still a new thing to me. Like I sat down and I was streaming Hydrophobia the other day. I feel like I've mentioned that in like 3 videos.
Yeah, every week.
But like I was doing that and I got how old the game was, but I appreciated for what it was. Like and then but even during that I'm like, hey, yeah, Remember Me is great. That game's awesome. Like but these are two different things.
So am I crazy for thinking that these two games might be too similar in too small of a time frame for me to fully enjoy both?
The thing is, I'm with you. I understand because like I said, I'm already 15 hours deep into Horizon. I'm 3 times longer into this world as you are, and just like the design of it, and like just the way they introduce gameplay, and like you overtake animals and stuff. There's animals that you can't take over until you get upgrades, and like when you encounter those animals, your character's like, man, I wish I can get some kind of like upgrade or something to get these animals. Like I should be able to do something to control these animals. And then you find out that this whole time you've been walking around a mountain that has the upgrade for you. And you have to go through and search that mountain. If you just look into the world, you can find all these things. And I know that Zelda's kind of the same way. And me and you are like right on the same page. Joe hasn't experienced that. So he doesn't, I don't think he understands.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Like there are games that I played that are similar like that.
But not like this where it's so close. 3 days, it's only 3 days difference.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me is we're talking about a 72-hour turnaround time from beautiful open world like combat centric story game to beautiful open world combat centric story game, and I'm having a hard time disassociating the two. And maybe that's on me, and maybe that's on you too. So you let me know in the comments if I'm a fucking asshole or not. Maybe I am. Look, I'm the Nintendo fanboy and I can't wait for Zelda, but I'm also enjoying Horizon a lot more than I thought I would. So it's up to you guys. Is Horizon going to affect your vision of Zelda? Maybe you're not going to play Zelda because you played Horizon and you feel like you already scratched that itch.
You don't need it.
Let us know in the comments. I hope we earned your like and your subscribe. In the meantime, thank you for the support. We'll catch you next time.
Have a good night.
Peace.